To assemble the running gear for your Panzer 1, take the tub and the bag with all the running gear inside of it. The biggest thing you want to get right is to make sure that you have each of these pieces in the right order, the right orientation on the right side of the hull. The big wheel goes in the back, and the round peg should be facing you, not the square peg. So what I do is line these up before I assemble them. Again, round peg facing you, square peg facing the hull, two wheels of the same size, and then you want to find the spring wheel, not this one, you want the other one. There you go. The order for the track guide wheels doesn't matter, they're universal. What does matter is the stabilizer arm. You'll note that on one side there are bolts, on the other side there are not. You want the bolt side facing you, and you're good to go. So you take the hull, this. I recommend going with the spring wheel first because it's a little more fragile than the others, and it actually sits behind the wheels, so it's harder to put in later. There. There you go. Then you can do the track guides. And finally, the stabilizer arm. You're good to go. So repeat that process on the other side. But you also want to install these covers. You notice there's a little peg on the cover. It slips into this little notch here. And then between the two, they form the hole for the sprocket itself. You're good to go. Now it's time to assemble the tracks. I found that assembling them in groups of 10 at a time helps me keep track as I count up to 88 tracks on each side. There is a trick to snapping them together. Come in from an angle on the first side. See, that goes pretty easy, and then you push some pressure and the second side hops in. You'll hear a nice little snap. Do this again. And we'll do this again. And there you go. Put this back on here. And now I've got another section of 10, and I'm good to go. Next step is to put the turret together and attach it to the hull. So some of you will receive turrets where the hatches are already installed. The guns, you want the sight facing up on the MG13K. You can just put a little glue on there and slip them in. It should look like that. There are two tabs at the bottom of the turret. You want the turret guns facing away from the tank. Slip it on, turn it forward. Now you have full rotation and your turret is installed. The next step is to assemble the details. So you take the main hull. I found it easier to sort of approach it this way. It should sit right on there. You want the front to be flush there. That way the covers, when you glue them in, will be flush with the front armor plate. Once you've got that together, you can grab the rear deck plate, slide it in place, glue it on, and then start attaching accessories like the exhaust system. Got a set of lights, one big center light, two small lights on the fenders. And just a warning, because I'm not actually gluing these things, some of the pieces will probably fall off during the video. The shovel goes in last because you want to be able to fit the axe sort of slips underneath of it. And you install the fire extinguisher. Slips in right there. And then you'll see little indents there where the shovel mounts on top, like that. Then you want to do the jack. You want the handle facing toward the inside of the tank. Goes on right there. And then you have a couple other detail accessories. The horn. You slide it in and install it there. And this pipe goes in here, like that. The fenders attached to the rear. Might need to be a little bit of trimming there to get those to work well. Final details go on the rear of the tank. You have a wooden jack block that goes right there. The starter cover plate and the tow hook go right in there. Last but not least, these lovely hats around your crew member. So that works great. Now you want to install the antenna and the trough. Trough fits right here. Just inserts in on the fender. You'll find an antenna. You want to glue that in here, and you want just a little tiny bit of glue because this still needs to be able to rotate around. So you slip that into the trough and then glue the mounting piece in place there. And if you did it right, the antenna should raise and lower, just like the real tank.